On today's list of things to do, yes, I am back in front of the Krone baler. Everybody's like, oh, run it. I want to see it run. I want to see it run. Okay, I can do that, but I'm having trouble with my tractor. As you know, I have to rebuild these hydraulic outlets, selective control valves. So I know that I have a bad dime valve in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to disconnect the baler right where it is, and I'm going to flip-flop the 8120 around, and so that I've got a little more room behind, you know, at the doors. It's such a beautiful day today, so I'm just going to just flip the tractor around so that I can have the doors open and get that nice warm breeze coming through here, and I can tear that tractor apart without having too much issue. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. But I will demonstrate the baler moving, running before I actually take it apart. And maybe I'll do that right now. My hydraulic starter, it worked just fine the other day. I mean, it worked just fine. But when I got it, the day that I got it, it worked fine. Today, it doesn't seem like it wants to work like it should. Now, I did get this latch to stay together and actually hold the door. All it needed was a little bit of oil. That's all. Just a little bit of chain and cable lube, and that was that. So what I'm going to do is you're going to see this live, uncut and unedited, unless I cut it and edit it. LOL. But yeah, so I'm getting into my rather dirty tractor. I'm going to start her up, and I'm pretty sure that it's number 3. That's the hydraulics. That's the hydraulics flywheel start. As you can see, it is just, and you know what, I'm just going to let it run like that. And I'm going to get out of the tractor, and I'm going to get up close and personal with it. So the hydraulic flywheel starter actually did get everything going the way it's supposed to go. Taking my life into my own hands. This is the compressor, and what that's doing is it's actually not compressing anything right now, because the computer's not hooked up, and there's actually, maybe you can hear that. It's actually just blowing air back and forth. Yeah, so you can see the massive arms up there working. I'm going to climb up there. And you can see them moving slowly back and forth with the plunger. And if you look at that shaft where the arms, I mean, those arms are just massive. This is a 1,300-pound flywheel, by the way. It's just huge. And you can see the pre-charge stuffer, packer, gizmo there, working its magic, doing what it's supposed to be doing. Back in and out, and I will show you on the bottom side here real quick what it looks like inside. As you can see, this Krone model has the upper auger, which actually presses the hay into the pickup reel. You can see that, how close that is, and also the stub augers in underneath there as it goes into the rakers, which is the pre-charge chamber. That's where the slice is formed. I could lower this down, I guess, but I'm not going to, because that would mean I'd have to get back inside of the tractor, and I'm not doing that right now. But honestly, you cannot see anything going on. Maybe you can see something here. Here's just a little door where you can see the bearings. That's the service for the bearings on that. And there's another service port up in there, but you can see them going around and around and around. And they're pretty heavy duty. I believe they each have an individual greaser on them. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look into that, because they do need to be greased if they're not an automatic greaser. Same thing over on the other side. You really can't see anything going on because of that slice of shit that's in the way. Thank you, Messick. Over here, again, the same thing, only a little bit different. They have changed their, I don't want to get my head too close in there. It'd suck me right into that fucking thing and I'd be dead. And we don't want to see or hear that happen to me. Yeah, and as you can see, this camless pickup, the hay is stripped off of the tines by the guards right there. And it's just the way they're designed to take the hay off as it goes into these augers and into that stuffer packer system that you got going on right there. Now I'm pretty sure I could probably trip this if I wanted to stick my hands in there, which I am not going to do because I value my hands. I don't feel like dying. So with that being demonstrated the way, well, you know what, let me get up on top there. I think maybe this might be interesting to some people as to what the plunger looks like going back and forth, and the size, the sheer size of the plunger and how far it actually travels. Now, I got plenty of room. Out here, you can see this part here. This is the knotter trip mechanism. I have disengaged the knotters because the last time I started this, if you don't have hay going through the machine and you trip the knotters, what happens is the knots that were made already will actually go into the twine discs and break the string like I have right here. And I didn't know who did it or what, but somebody had pulled that and caused me an ass ache. So that's the open gear for the knotters, and the trip mechanism is all right there. It's actually done electronically. As you can see, the bale meter wheel there is metered electronically, which goes to here, which I can set the length of the bale from the tractor seat, and it trips right there by that motor. Now I'm going to get up in here and give you a topside view while this thing is in slow motion. And yes, it is kind of scary to be here. You got drive shafts, exposed drive shafts that can tear my leg off and kill me. You have a plunger that's going back and forth, and if I fell down into there, which I'm not going to do, you can just, I hear a squeak. Maybe it needs to be greased, but that is the stuffer mechanism down in there. And it is timed with the plunger. And I do believe that thing only goes around one full revolution. With the John Deere, it's stroked twice as fast as what the plunger was going, but it looks to me like it may go around twice for one. I don't think so though. But anyways, it shoves the slice up into there as the plunger's all the way back before it goes into, so now it would be shoving the slice in there. And I think it's that one right there that does it. Yes, it is. So anyway, that's the long and the short of this thing. And I'm pretty sure this has never been viewed before like this by any other baler manufacturer in their videos, because it's dangerous to do for one thing, and the other thing, I don't think they know how to make really cool videos. But I actually really like what I see with this Krone baler. And look at that, it says don't get that wet. I love that. No, a little umbrella, and then there's a little guy with a power washer. I don't know what that is, honestly, I don't. Has something to do with electronics, that's for sure, and it can be removed. Could be the bale scale. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but it says don't get it wet. By golly, I'm not going to get it wet. The funny thing is, Messick's left this thing sitting outside. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to demonstrate the transition from hydraulically driving the machine and what it does to the tractor when you actually hit it with the power takeoff. So I will show you the RPMs. We're running at 900 RPMs. Ready? I'm going to kick it into, here goes the PTO. Did you hear the engine grunt? Now, That's still the same RPMs, 900 RPMs, and I'm going to wind her up. Now she's running at full speed, 2250 RPMs, actually 2290, and she does her thing just like it's supposed to. It's got the baler the tractor and baler rocking and rolling pretty good. So now I'm just going to kick out the power takeoff shaft. It's now been kicked out. I'm at an idle, and it is just idling down naturally the way it would, but because of that big fat heavy flywheel, it's going to take an extraordinarily long time for this thing to wind down. As you can see, everything, and this is just in neutral. Look how fast that reel is going, and where that's sucking all that stuff in there. I mean, that thing really does haul ass. So they call it a high speed for a reason. It is a high speed. It is high speed. I mean, look at those pickup tines. They're screaming in there. And we're probably running at about half the RPMs that it should be running at. And yeah, still going. It's gonna take a while. It'll take a while for it to idle down. So anyway, I hope you like that particular part of the demonstration of this baler. And I can't wait to get it in the field either. I'm just as excited as everybody else is out here in the YouTube world. Because when that thing hits the hay, that means I'm making money. And unless it breaks, which obviously it's under warranty, and they will be getting me parts and pieces. The tractor's doing its thing. I don't know why it does that, but it gets that ornery growly sound to it, and it's just part of the. And no, I am not going. I'm not going to be putting an 8520 ECU in here, just for the simple reason is that nobody will program it. Nobody will program it. I was thinking of getting one out of a salvage tractor, but you don't know. They say that the... Yeah, here, listen to the... That's the air compressor doing its thing. But yeah, still winding down. So if you were to get caught in this thing and somebody shut the PTO off, you better be grabbing a hold of this guy right here and slowing that thing down, because if you don't, you're dead anyway. But anyway, I gotta go strap a load of hay down. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. And the next video is going to be me tearing this hydraulic system apart. So stay tuned.